behalf of the over 1,800 members of the District 12 Educators Association. We have been bargaining in good faith since last spring, using the mutually agreed upon process in our master agreement to try to reach a fair and affordable settlement. The District 12 Educators Association and Five Star School District have worked together in a collaborative manner for over 40 years. Our relationship has been a model for other districts and local associations across the state. DTEA and the Adams 12 Five Star School District have always focused on the students and families of this community. This is our common goal. The school board's decision to unilaterally reduce teacher salaries is a clear violation of not only our master agreement, but the long-term relationship DTEA and the district share. We believe that the school district budget can support student learning and fair employee compensation. On behalf of the members of DTEA, I urge you to rescind the salary reduction, restore the faith and trust in our collaborative relationship, and allow our contract negotiation process to move forward. Thank you.
Sometimes I write a song for the board. I didn't do that tonight, but I did. I would like to ask each one of you a question. In the interest of time, since I only have 3 minutes, I'd appreciate a yes or no answer from each one of the board members. The question is this: have you spent one entire day in a classroom since you were a student? Yes.
Mitzi, I'll start with that. Since I am a teacher, yes.
Thank you.
An entire day, probably not a full day.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to be doing that with Dorian University.
I'm very grateful to hear that. I've spent 180 days each year for almost 30 years straight, all of which have been in District 12. In those 30 years, I've seen a lot of changes, something good, something bad, or some not so good. I've adapted to the changes over the years. I have good test scores. Feedback I get from students, past students, parents, administrators, peers, and the community has been validating to me. It encourages me to continue to pursue a profession which is very important and very noble. I personally am in a fortunate position right now. I don't have to make a choice between feeding my children and educating the youth of District 12. A lot of the people in this audience tonight are not in such a fortunate position. I brought you all a gift. I read a book this summer. It's about education. And it's called Seeds of Tomorrow. I read this book over the summer and felt it would be a good resource and something that the District 12 Board of Education might choose to read. I had an opportunity to read the author, or I had an opportunity to meet the author of the book, and asked the question. I said, do you ever get tired of talking about education in your thoughts? Angela Engel, the author, responded, and I quote, I don't mind talking education with people who know and love children. I do mind talking education with people who have no experience and a lot of opinions. I'm sure you can relate, end quote. That being said, I cordially invite all of you to spend one entire day in my classroom with me this school year. Then you will have one day in your recent history of spending a day in the classroom. That would add to your experience. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Let's talk to keep promises. For those parents here tonight that are speaking out because they don't agree with the teachers not appreciating a 1.5% at this point reduction in our salary, I'm sorry you're misinformed. It's not the entire part. The 1.5% isn't all we're here for. We're here because we have a contract. We made a promise. This board made a promise to us when they signed that contract and agreed with us during master agreement. And it's being broken. That promise is not being kept. I know there's been a lot of teachers out in this audience today that I had. I'm sure there's many teachers out here that many of your children, if you're in this district, have had. And what's sad is I became a teacher because I loved my teachers in this district. They inspired me. They made me the man that I am today, the father that I am. And what's sad and scary is that those teachers are going to be going away. You've got a large portion of teachers that are fed up. And it's not the reductions. Yeah, I don't want to see another dime taken out of my pocket. But I understand sometimes. There's so many people in this world that don't even have a job. I've got a job. But what I also have is a promise. And that promise was that you'd keep until the end of negotiations for any type of financial reduction to my salary. And that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for the fair shake. I'm asking for you to keep that promise that I would keep as a teacher, and that I would keep as a person. I'm asking you to keep that promise that I teach in my students every day in my 5th grade classroom, that they keep. We ask our kids to do this. We need to do it ourselves as adults. We need to be the example.